Hello and once again to another weekly World of Tanks replay. I'm Hijack, aka David from Gamer Faction, and today I'm going to bring you the Caernarvon Action X Tier 8 Premium British Heavy Tank here on the map Karelia. So the Caernarvon Action X was recently added to the special Wargaming Black Market within World of Tanks. I believe it was added Saturday morning or Saturday, I think it was Saturday evening to be exact, North American server. For 9 million credits, you could pick it up for your very own garage. I decided to pick one up because the other British heavy tank that I had for crew training was the Tier 5 Excelsior, and it is a terrible, terrible tank, and it's very hard to play. So this one is a lot better, being Tier 8. It has a lot more armor, a lot better gun, and well, in general, it's just an overall better tank. So on Karelia, there are two different paths you can usually take. There's the path towards the north that leads you to the A12 line, or you can go towards the south or on the F90 line. And I went down the south side where there's a nice little corner where I'm currently parked at that allows you to shoot down the lane to the other tanks as they approach this nice hill on the side here. And from the spot you can usually get some pretty nice shots in. So as you can see, our bat chat just died, and well, here we are. Take a shot at a Tiger 2 and bounce, and then there's an OI, Japanese super heavy tank, that just starts trundling forward and doesn't stop because, hey, I'm a big heavy tank and I got lots of armor, so why not? I put one shot into this lower plate, bounce the second one off his side, and then I aim for his tracks to immobilize him. He quickly repairs, and I start laying shots into him more. My thought process at this point is I can't fully penetrate him from the front unless I hit the lower plate. His angling is perfect, so I'm not going to be able to hit him on the side. So my best thought is to track him and keep him tracked so that my teammates can keep shooting him. I pop a shot into the Caernarvon Action X from the enemy team and begin taking shots at the tracks of the OI. There we go, put another shot in his track, bounce one in return, and I keep pulling back and re-aiming in once I'm reloaded. Another one into his track. He hits me for 4. And another one into his track. And now at this point, when I left first person sniper mode, I saw that there's a T-28 tank destroyer coming up on my left there. There, Caernarvon Action X puts one into my hull, and so does the T-28, who bounces, and the OI bounces as well. So I'm taking shots from 3 different angles. The OI hits my track once again. I bounce the Caernarvon Action X and the T-28. And right now the most dangerous tank is the Caernarvon Action X. So currently achieved steel wall already in the match. It's not even 4 minutes old. I pull back a bit, and now it's time to get to work on that T-28 because he is going to be a tough cookie to hit. I try to aim for his cupola and manage to sneak one into the top of his commander's cupola on the top. It worked once, tried again, and it worked a second time. Let's try the third, shall we? And I don't even get a chance because he gets taken out by another Caernarvon Action X on our team. So being careful and cautious because there's the other Caernarvon Action X down there. Managed to track him. He gets hit and taken out by the AMX AC-48, our friendly tank destroyer, giving me a grand total of over 2,000 assistance damage so far. Again, having trouble penetrating even the low plate on the OI, but hey, tracks are fair game. So I track him once, he quickly repairs, having his repair kit cooldown expired. Hit him again, goes in instead. No damage to his tracks. Aiming again, take off his tracks, and this time I know I can hit him on the side of the turret, but he does not get I do not get the chance. He gets taken out, as well as our AMX 65 ton. So right now it's tied 5-5. I don't have any kills, but I'm sitting at over 1,000 damage, 2,000 blocked, and 2,000 assistance damage from all those tracking shots. At this point, I'm a little worried. I don't want to push because there's several enemy tanks up on that hill in the 6-7 line there. And, well, it looks like our base is pretty well defended, so I don't need to do anything there. But my main concern is those guys on that hill. I can't push up because if I do, they'll just rip me to shreds. So the best option is just to lay low and wait for them to come to you. Seeing as we're tied, it's kind of like a Mexican standoff. Who's going to move first? We shall see. Hoping somebody pokes out, and there it is. Tiger 2 pokes himself out on the slope. I put one in for his track. Put another one in for his track. And he gets taken out, and boom, I'm up to 3,000 assistance damage just from those tracking shots. T-54 Mod 1 is side-scraping very, very well there, and I managed to bounce my first shot, and he somehow puts one into my tank. I'm not even sure how. I couldn't see his gun around that rock, but he obviously could. Aim for his back track wheel, and I managed to hit it. He repairs quickly as he fires another shot at my track. Hit him again and track him. He's now used his repair kit, so he's going to be stationary. So now it's let the pain begin. I'm going to keep perma-tracked as much as I can. So I put one in, put two in, put three in. Get spotted by the Lao. And the T-54 Mod 1 gets taken out, and he was still tracked. So more assistance damage for me. I'm now up to 4,300 assistance damage. The enemy Lao manages to pop me in my track. Still not concerned. I still have almost all my health. Just weak tracks, obviously. Made out of glass, maybe. I don't know. So I repair and pull back just a little bit, let the heat die down. Try tracking the Lao, but I managed to hit his lower plate and not pen due to the angle of his tank. What else can I do? At this point, we're up 8-7. Again, standing off. Couple guys on the hill, Scorpion G, J-Panzer 88, and the Lao. On the north spawn, or on the north side, we've got the Lorraine 40T and the Lanson, as well as a Charioteer over by that was last spotted down in E1 there. So I got spotted, hoping to egg the Lao out of his hiding hole. So I pull back a bit, and at this point in the match, I'm looking at the map, I see the Lanson and the 40T have moved up to the A5, A6 line. They've killed the Batchat 12-ton. And I'm thinking, maybe it's better to let the enemies come off the hill and come to us. So I start reversing, making sure to try and keep my turret pointed in their direction in case they decide to push at this very moment while I'm backing up. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to ever come. The Egg Tiger 88 is on the other side of the hill, so he is not a threat currently at this time to anybody. But we'll see what happens. So I've pulled back to the edge of the mountain here at F8, F9, hoping the Lao or the Scorpion G would push forward and come around that corner, and as they would, they'd get hammered by me, the other Caernarvon Action X, and the AC-48. The Lorraine 40T has now pushed up into our base ridge line over on A7, and the T-28 looks like he's going to engage, and he does, taking out the Lorraine 40T. But with the Lanson there, I'm a little concerned because, you know, he could easily go in and I don't know what the health is on the T-28 or the UDES 14.5, plus now the Charioteer's there. So I decide to pull back to the base and see if I can help cover as well as watch that corner. See if the Lao and the Scorpion G pop out. I try feathering a shot into the Charioteer. Instead, I managed to shoot the dirt. And we'll just continue on up to this corner here. I'm going to park myself right here on this D0 corner, allowing me to quickly maneuver over to the A line if I need to, and also cover the 0 line if the Lao and the Scorpion G manage to push up into our area. So the Lao was spotted. And at this point, I'm thinking, I'm really liking this tank. You know, it's my very first match in this tank since buying it on the black market. I've got my Black Prince crew sitting in there, and the Black Prince crew is moderately trained. 3 out of the 4 crew members haven't finished their first perk, whereas the commander is training their 3rd perk using a specially ranked female crew member I had. I believe it was from the Christmas loot boxes. One of the females, I believe her name was Jean Chillwind. So she automatically got a 0-day or a 0 skill of 6th Sense, and then +1 skill, and then she's working on the other one. Now I was really happy to get this tank because I've been struggling with the British heavy line. The Black Prince at tier 7 is absolutely horrible, but it is only slightly better than the tier 6 Churchill and the tier 5 Churchill. But due to the matchmaking, when you're at tier 7 and you mostly see tier 8s and tier 9s, it's a very difficult tank to play. It's very slow, very weak gun, very difficult to actually, you know, get anywhere. And I don't know how, but I managed to grind a whole pile of credits and eventually unlocked the regular Caernarvon at I think a day after I bought this one. So yeah, that Black Prince is tough. It is probably one of the hardest grinds ever in World of Tanks. I know Sputnik RSS, a friend of mine, says the Object 263 is hard because it has so many guns to grind up before you get to a decent gun. But the Black Prince is, I think, the hardest. So anyways, sitting on that corner at D0, I wasn't seeing anything. They weren't pushing into the base. Charioteer was spotted. And, well, the Lao and the Scorpion G are not pushing up around the corner as I had hoped. So it's time to go back to my spot on that corner and see if I can't egg them out. Or at least track them or take them out or do something to them. Because we're running out of time. We're down to 3.5 minutes. And there isn't a whole lot happening at this very moment. So I spot the Lao. He's at about 300 hit points. He's almost dead. Let's see if I can pop in a tracking shot or something. He tries to side scrape. I hit him instead, but it doesn't do damage. He's pulled out. Try another shot. It misses. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm down to 4 AP shells and 10 HE shells. At this point in the match, I haven't even paid attention to my ammo munition. Managed to track the Lao. He gets hit for 217, taking him down even further. I push forward a little bit. There's the Scorpion G who decides to show. Managed to track the Lao again. And the Scorpion G backs off, not wanting to face the wrath. But the Lao manages to hit me, and I'm going to try and feather a shot into his cupola, taking him out of the game, leaving the Scorpion G the only tank on this flank here. So he fires a shot. I go forward. I fire my last AP shell into his lower plate, knocking him down to 100 and something hit points. So at this point, I still haven't noticed that I'm on HE, but Scorpion G being an open top tank, an HE shell is just fine. I take a hit for 379 and manage to take out the Scorpion G at the same time for 162 points of damage. So, with the last remaining 3 tanks, 2 of them being known to be over in the middle area, I decide to climb the hill. Obviously, the 3rd tank is SPG. You know where he's going to be. So, going to be over in the 1 line, somewhere by their flag. So, I'm going to climb up here and see if I can't spot that J-Tiger 88 somewhere in the match. We got the 2-minute warning happening. It means we're running out of time. It's 12 versus 9 for score. We're up quite handily. We still have R3 artillery, as well as me, the other Caernarvon Action X, the UDES, and the T-28. So I managed to spot the J-Tiger, and he spots me in return, so I pull back, not knowing where that Charioteer could be, or if I'm able to be shot at by the artillery. So I ping the map, hoping that artillery will shoot the J-Tiger, and I try to creep in again. I miss a shot and realize that I am now on HE, and well, there is the Charioteer. He feathered a shot in, and the Su-14 shoots me as well. I'm now down to a 1-shot for myself. But I try to put some shots downrange, hoping that I can hit the invisible Charioteer. The 1-minute warning has gone. Obviously, the UDES 14-5 would have spotted the Charioteer if he was still in that spot, and I know he's not. So I pull back a little bit, trying to confuse the enemy from where I was. Decide to move in towards the J-Tiger, going around this rock. I spot the Charioteer driving out in the open. I put a shot and miss. Take another shot. Come on, shoot! Shoot! I know I want to. Keep going behind a rock. I put a shot in, and I managed to kill him with the HE shell for 285 damage. And now it's just SPG and the J-Tiger versus me, the UDES 14 and the T28. We're down to the 12 seconds. I'm trying to feather myself down this slope because I'm at very low hit points and I don't want to crash and take myself out of the match. 3, 2, time's ticking down. I put one shot into the J-Tiger 88, and had that been an AP round, I probably would have killed him, but instead it was not. It was an HE shell. So in the end, I ended up getting Steel Wall, Master Badge Ace on my very first match, Fire for Effect, Sharpshooter, Shellproof, Bruiser. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's an amazing match. Over 4,000 spotting, 2,000 regular damage, and a credit profit to boot. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope to see you guys again next time.